security person, I think the best way to think about a blockchain is just a public ledger. Okay, so it's this magical thing, really, that just allows you to record something in an append-only log. So you have an item, you record it, you record the next item, you record the next item, you record the next item, and the guarantee that you have in this blockchain is that you can't erase anything. Okay, so you can just keep adding to it, but you can't erase. And that gives you a security property because it allows you to log things in a non-erasable way. So that's really the first important piece of what a blockchain should do. If a blockchain doesn't do that, it's not a very good blockchain. Now, when I just said you can't erase, the question is who can't erase, right? And so what was the amazing innovation in Bitcoin that came out in 2009 and basically took kind of the world like 3 years to figure out even what it was in the first place, was the idea that there wasn't a single authority deciding what could be recorded in this blockchain, in this log. Okay, so instead of saying that we're going to have like a trusted bank or a government or a central bank or like a company called whatever taking charge of this and keeping track of what's in the log, we would have some distributed way, some decentralized way of knowing who, of ceding the responsibility of who keeps what's in this log. Okay, so in the Bitcoin world, the people who are actually doing the logging are Bitcoin miners. And you've probably heard about, people building mining farms next to waterfalls in Quebec, things like that, right? All of those computers are sitting there basically competing to decide what goes into the log. That's the Bitcoin model of blockchain, right? It's called proof of work. So basically, the more work you do, the more say you have into what goes into the log. And work is just basically, it's just burning power.
Sure.
So that's why these...
Was Bitcoin the first, most popular implementation of a blockchain? That's the way I typically associate? Is that correct?
Bitcoin was the breakthrough. Bitcoin was huge scientific breakthrough in computer science and in cryptography. And before Bitcoin, nobody had any idea how to do this in a permissionless model. So before Bitcoin, we had things like Byzantine agreement or Byzantine fault tolerance, which is like, we have 20 authorized parties and they cooperate together to produce, let's say, a log or to agree on something. And then you have guarantees that say, if only 1/3 of the parties are malicious, then the log will be correct, things like that. That's a permissioned model in which, in order to participate in deciding what goes into the log, you need to have permission ahead of time. So that means someone has to give you permission. Who is that person? Well, that's the setup, and that creates this chicken and egg problem. Who are these people that are making the decisions? The thing with Bitcoin that's amazing is that there is no person who decides who can become a miner. You just buy some mining equipment, plug it into the wall, and then you can be a miner. I could be a miner. I wouldn't have a lot of mining power, but anyone could be a miner. So that was the amazing thing about Bitcoin. It was this ability to agree on this log that was permissionless.